protests are also essential, because that's how those who are excluded from making decisions that affect the well-being or welfare of society can make an input, because not everybody be invited to council chambers when the cabinet is meeting, and may not have more than 20, 25, 30, 40, 50 people in the cabinet is out of a country of 200 and how many million Nigerians.
The three major protests that we had in the past 12 to 13 years, the Occupy Nigeria protests, the End SARS protests, and the End Bad Governance. I would say that the Occupy Nigeria protest was hugely successful because it was speaking about a particular product that affected the lives of everyone, which was the pricing of petroleum products at that time. And so everybody aligned, especially the opposition. They aligned, and it was hugely covered by everyone. And at the end of the day, NAVAL was able to strike a balance and had an agreement with the federal government after some days of lockdown in the country.
They're still arrested and they're blaming them into Yahoo. Isn't dress like you know, but show my habits. Dress like me now, can say you did. So I don't know, stuff like that, sir.
You notice that before the SARS protest, since I've been going on with this SARS people, like the way they brutalized people, the way they marginalized people, the way they keep people from different places, and I feel like okay, power is absolute. It's not constitutional to them, but they just feel that they can do anything they feel that there are a lot of reasons, more than 100 cases, more than 200 cases. What am I even saying? More than 500 cases all over Nigeria from different regions and different states. These are what these people are doing. To the extent that you do some illegal holds and they turn it okay. And people have to do what? Voice out through what? Protest. And if you look closely, you look at the end means of that, you can see that end SARS, that SARS was scrapped from the executive arms of government. And now do you hear anything like SARS? They are not operating. So they had to push more energy on other agencies of policing, which we have on the table. We have defense squad, STD squad, anti-robbery squad. Do you understand? So, but what am I trying to say is that okay, the form of protest that was done was to eradicate SARS, which was achieved. Do you understand? So, but if they say that this cannot be easily achieved, they find needs to find their way.
As much as we say SARS protest or I think the fuel scarcity increase protest, till now there was no impact. I can remember it was not like last month I still got stopped on the road by police. It might not be SARS, but it's still the same police brutality that we're talking about. Fuel scarcity did not change. Like these problems will fight. There's no impact. No impact on the contest or from the product.
The last protest that was a copy was the SARS protest when tested the brutality for the SARS police officers and the reform of terrorizing us, and we experienced several harassments from them. So when people called for protests, so I had to join because I had fallen into their hands not once but like 4 times. So I had to just be out there to protest.
I think protests in Nigeria have been very effective because take a look at NSAS cases. Although it's went kind of bad at first, it actually went bad because a lot of people died from it, right? Which is very pro.
It's Alexela's social media is more or less like the gateway or the mainstream for information share. A very good example will be the NSAS protests, like I mentioned earlier. So it's sort of showed all of the strategies that people had, the protesters had in the course of this protest, and basically also informed how the government responded to them. So that is about it. So the entire protest was a decentralized form of protest where there were no teams, there were no faces to be So it was easy to pick what the popular opinion of the people, that is the protesters, were from social media. The social media is more like that avenue for getting information around protests and issues of social unrest.
We notice Nigerians people closely now. You see that anything that happens, we easily adapt to it. When fuel was 145 or 87 naira, before you know it, how much is fuel now? Whole thousand. They were complaining now. At a point, they adapted. Do you understand? But it will reach where it will get to a point where it cannot adapt anymore. Do you understand? So situations are just served, and they are also ups and servants as well.
And also they mix politics with it. Okay? And so government felt, oh, we want to be playing politics, you know. For example, you started talking about Tinubu was motive, and then you started talking against Tinubu. I see that because you knew that he was thinking he made it, and he wanted to become the next president, and then you start to frame it into the issues. In the same time, being president, people started carrying Russian flags in the Nigeria protest. You already spoiled the case, but it looks as if it is a foreign power that is protesting, and that is encouraging this. So people went to police station and took the side post in police station. That's what I had to do.
They must have the ability to look for ways of having a dialogue with the government on those issues. On the day of protest as well, I would rather suggest as well that the media, even prior to the protest, the media should also go out to hear from the protesters. They must go out to hear from government as a kind of a feedback mechanism on the response that they want to put out, and they must be ready to engage as well.